So I saw this post on. Let me see if I can try to zoom
Yeah, what's this?
in. Yeah. So this was posted by Amin from HGA and KB, their
Yeah,
podcast, and he had this discussion. Are you guys able to see it? Sure. Let's see if I
I
can try
mean,
to.
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah, I can see the horse
Yeah.
with the carrot. There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. So his post was that this is what conservatives um, are doing with Christian voters. So the horse, for those that are on audio only, this is a picture of a horse, a carriage. You have two people on the floor and somebody in the back. And the person in the back says the stranger, and the two ladies on the floor says one is the widow and one is the orphan. You have the horse, which is the Christian voters, and in
Roe versus Wade. Yeah.
yeah, and then the carrot is overturn Roe v. Wade, and then in the carriage, you have corporate interest, GMO, tax cuts for 1%. Um, looks like,
You said I mean posted this?
yeah, he posted it. And then you have the kingdom of God with an arrow pointing
The other
behind them.
way. Mhm.
Yeah. So it seems that this visual, the horse and carriage, has already run over the stranger.
Mhm.
So my question is, as Christians, whether you voted conservative or not, do you guys feel that this is an accurate representation?
Of course not.
Mm,
Because if we want to look at it from the Democrat perspective, right? You put that carrot, it'll probably say culture or whatever. If you ain't black, or you ain't black if you don't vote for me, and then the
mm,
Christians would be the ones getting ran over. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
LGBTQ and the drag queens would be in the cart. You know what I'm saying? And all the stuff that they be doing. And the vaccinations, and it's like I notice with the Democratic Christians, a lot of times they pick and choose what they want to talk about,
I
but
was gonna say,
they won't
is it
bring
like
to really have the conversation.
yeah. My bad, Mark. I was gonna say, I mean, and KB, they pretty left,
yeah,
right?
I think you could say they're left leaning. Yeah,
Okay, all right.
yeah,
My
yeah.
bad. But Marcus, you go ahead, man. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I mean that's pretty much it. And I think like how you gonna vote? I mean, both sides are bad. As a believer, we
Right.
shouldn't put our hope in nobody. People be like, "Oh, you idolize Trump." No, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
Mhm.
just a better
Mm,
choice when you look at what they've been doing. For the last couple of years. Originally, I was looking at what was it, Ted Cruz, Ben Carson. I wasn't even thinking about Trump like that. And then I just felt like Trump was gonna win or whatever. And when I seen the way that the people like hated and came at him, you know what I'm saying, and then how they was trying to tell us Joe Biden was great, and even it was suspect with Kamala. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because Kamala ran against Biden, her numbers was terrible. And then all of a sudden, y'all just out of nowhere, she's great, like she's good. That's what the media's saying. Like you might
Mhm.
fool them, you might fool, whoever posted this, Jamal Bryan and all them. You know what I'm saying? Like she's just God's gift to but she was terrible at what she does. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, if she ran a straight up election, she wouldn't have beat Bernie Sanders. She wouldn't beat Hillary Clinton. She wouldn't beat
mm.
Gavin Newsom. And all of a sudden, she's just a great person for president. Nah, I think that's why Trump won so bad because people started to wake up. Like, nah, this
Yeah.
is this is weird. Y'all doing something weird right now. I think that was part of the plan the whole time. Like they was gonna try to Trojan horse her in, like just get
Yeah.
her out doing the actual straight up vote.
Mm.
Yeah. I see that. This is a wild picture though. Like just like like I'm looking at it now. It's just crazy. I mean, because I
It's
do hear this. You know what was all right? Like Marcus, you were saying about Trump, right? I mean, we know he's not Christian, right? But and I was watching the Track Stars
Mhm,
interview, right, where you were saying
mhm, mhm,
he was like, "Yeah, I know he's not Christian, but I'm gonna vote for the one that at least is gonna do for the Christians." You know what I'm saying? And I know for
mhm.
a fact the other side ain't doing nothing for us. In fact, they just gonna push their agenda even more. So, I mean, there are people we all know. There are people that straight up idolize this man, which we know that's wrong.
Right.
But at the same time, like you said, we're gonna vote for the person that that's gonna at least give us something or do something for us, and we know he's not that. What's crazy is to me is they know that the other side is clearly not going to give you nothing. So
Right.
like it just boggles my mind at times that how like even this like posting this like dang. So what do y'all like? Y'all really see this, and what do y'all see the other side doing? Is what's crazy. Like, show me that picture. I mean, like, I want to see that one because
I
it's
think that
crazy.
they genuinely believe
Mm.
that like the Democratic Party cares for the orphan and the widow and the stranger
Yeah,
more than corporate interests. But I'm confused about that because the Democratic Party, I mean, if you look at their financial statements, they get in the same type of checks as people on the right. So like
right.
the moral grandstanding, I just feel like spare me,
I f-
spare all of us because like this, and then also like a lot of the people that post this stuff are wealthy too.
Mm.
So like I don't know. I just think it's, and then also like the Bible says not to let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. How do you know that people who voted Republican or who are registered Republicans or you know consider themselves to be conservative or whatever? How do you know that they're not giving to the orphan and the widow or caring for the stranger? You don't know what they're doing.
Right.
mm,
I just feel like that image was very very extreme and like very emotional. And
This
yeah,
yeah.
I just feel like there's no reason in that.
this y'all
Yeah.
man's comment here, Leon.
Nah, well, I don't even know who he is. I just started. I
Because
just
you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
I was getting ready to, you know what I'm saying? Like I was about to go there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, I
yeah, he
don't,
said Marcus voted for Trump and now bashing him, or maybe you just weren't listening in the first place.
Ooh.
I never was praising, and I know that's the narrative. People are, oh, you praising, you idolizing Trump. No, all I said was he was the better choice between the two. I don't
Right.
support everything he does, everything he's ever said. I don't believe like he's a born again believer. Like most of the Christian people that I've been around who have direct contact with him, they don't believe like he's like some spirit filled Christian. What they believe is like, yo, at least this man is willing to listen to us and not pander to all these other communities. That's it. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I'm not kissing nobody's butt. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying. I know it's all love, you know what I'm saying? But you I'm just setting the record straight, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, golly.
I
Right.
think. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Marcus. If you're
Okay.
still. I think a lot of people on both sides of the aisle look at the other aisle and are like, they're so extreme. When like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people really tend to be more moderate than what is portrayed to be in the media because there's so much like outrage bait and rage bait and stuff like that. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people are like actually more centrist than you would think, but that's actually like not being portrayed.
You know, do you really think that? Because it feels like
Yeah.
nowadays it seems like people are going hard for their side. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I mean, even listen to like for example, I'll just use Marcus as an example.
yeah,
He's on our show. A lot of people would probably consider him to be very pro-Trump, very
yeah.
extreme right wing extremist, whatever. And he was sitting here talking about that there's people in his church that are scared to be deported, and he's not, you know, pointing to ICE and telling ICE come and get them. He actually has empathy for them. I think
Right.
that there's a lot of people on the right that are like that.
Oh
I
yeah,
think that
yeah,
there's a lot of
yes.
people on the left that are like, some of that stuff is going a little too far. I don't think that we should force churches to participate in LGBT things, but I do agree with some of these policies socially, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think that there's like a lot of people who just aren't as extreme as each side
Oh
paints
yeah.
each other out to be.
But then you also have your extreme folks too.
Oh, for sure. And they're the
Yeah.
loudest. And that's why I
Yeah.
think everybody thinks they're the majority, but I don't think
Yeah.
that they actually are.
Yeah. 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 I so you know it's bugged out like and ladies, I don't think I've told you about this, but Jay knows, right? So Marcus, I sometimes I get pulled into this group chat with dudes that I know that they I, they say they're not extreme like left, but they come off very extreme, right? So man, they was going back and forth, and one of the texts said, which was surprising me. They said, "I can't believe how anybody would vote for Trump." No, they said, "I can't believe any real Christian would vote for Trump." That just I can just tell by them that they have no discernment and they're not real Christians. And I was like, wow, that was a strong statement to say. to say that you're not a real Christian and you have no discernment because you voted for him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dang. But on the flip side, y'all showing a lot of hate. So can I say that y'all not real Christians because y'all have so much hate for a person too? So it's like, I mean, I ain't say that. I just let them go on because if I start that one, boy, that's gonna be I'll be there all day. But it's just bugged out because there's people that think like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Right.
really like, yo, you a fake Christian because you voted this way. You know what I'm saying? Or that way. So
It's
it's bugged
the
out.
the other way around because the Bible says to judge with righteous judgment. I've noticed D1 still waiting. D1 still waiting to have that conversation, brother. They never want to sit down and talk like facts. Same thing with Jamal Bryant when I got on the Hardly Initiated podcast with him. You know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to see what kind of energy he was going to have. He didn't keep the same energy because if we're going to just talk about it, right, about legislation and what's better for Christians and judge it with righteous judgment, you cannot. There's no way you can honestly say that it's better for Democrats to be in power for Christians. You know what I'm saying? That's just nonsense. The truth of the matter is a lot of people who talk like that too is black people and Latino people because they've been brainwashed, by what the media is, telling them. I'm from Chicago. The Democrats have been in charge forever.
Yeah.
And you know what really woke a lot of people up, fam, was when they brought the migrants in. They started giving the migrants the credit cards, started giving the migrants housing, and you got people been in the hood, poor, broke forever. And so you got money for the migrants, you got money for Ukraine, you got money for this, money you giving them. They was giving cell phones, and it's like, where y'all find this money from?
Yeah.
Like, and people been hurting. So I think that's what woke a lot of people up. And a lot of the honest truth is a lot of people, they just, if we being real, like they scared of the backlash. A lot of black pastors, they can't speak the truth because they worried about losing their congregation, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. So like Joe Biden said, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. That's really what it is. Like how you Latino, you know what I'm saying, and you vote when he's trying to deport our people. You know what I'm saying? Like Christian, you got to look at it from a different perspective than the way the world is looking at it.
Yeah. That's it's just crazy to hear that, see stuff like that. Same group of people was like, yo, you not mad that Trump had dude up there talking about Puerto Rico? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you not angry? And I'm like, well, Trump ain't say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but
nah, you gotta be mad, and
right,
you gotta be mad.
I'm like, he ain't say it, but at the same time, I'm like, I mean, yeah, it was the wrong time for dude to crack that joke and all of that, but like, come on, man.
But like that's where it be killing me. Like, I'd be like, be real, bro. Like you be seeing them on SNL and all the liberal people. I mean, they when Trump won the first time, they had like
Kathy Griffith
with the head cut. They don't care. They not offended by that.
Right.
Scoop with the little video. So it's like, bro, stop it. And I think part of it too is because most of the media is liberal.
Yeah.
So it's like they'll have you thinking everybody's gay, and it's not true. You know what I'm saying? I think that's part of the problem. That's why I call it the false prophet media. You know what I'm saying? They really be trying to like play people like they stupid. So that's one of the good things about the internet. Now there's so many different voices, platforms. They was really trying to shut us down. You seen that during the when they shut everything down. You couldn't even say certain words on the internet because they was trying to control the narrative. So
which was crazy. Yeah. So that's another thing that they was doing too, like low key shadow banning and all that off of certain words and things like that, right? But times, yo. What's up?
And when people were telling you, how come you weren't offended by the comedian? Yeah, I like to be mad. How come you? Does it ever irritate you when people like try to be offended for you?
Yeah, it does. Like, why you mad for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't mad. Why you mad? But you know what I told them? I'm like, honestly, man, because I think at the time Kamala was trying to promote some type of, I'm gonna have this for Puerto Rico, right? Like I'm gonna give them 50,000, like the same set of programs that she was gonna do for black folks. She was going for black businesses. She said she was gonna do for Puerto Rico, right? But I was like, look, to be honest, you know what I'm saying? Democrats ain't gonna do nothing for Puerto Rico neither. Because if they did, they would have been let them off of that the tariffs that they have going on, right? That bill that keeps them under the foot of America, where they're only allowed to receive goods by US ships, right? So, and because of that, they pay way more for the goods, right? I mean, a gallon of milk there is $8, right? So, like, come on, man. If they really cared, then maybe they should work on that part, right? They allow rich dudes, rich companies to come in and live tax free off the land, right? As long as they can, they employ a couple of Puerto Ricans, but they can live, they could be rich and live off the land and not, not get any taxes and things like that. The people on the island don't get the same type of
Benefit.
the benefits, right? So the Medicaid and the stamps, they don't get the same type of amounts. And then on top of that, they don't even get the vote. So, I mean, come on. So if you really care, then do something about that. Otherwise, don't tell me how to be mad.